Hello YouTube viewers, welcome back to Go Figure Customs YouTube channel. And this is the second part of how to make your own custom card backs. This video is going to be really short, simply because there's just not too much to this part, and that is printing them. If you have Photoshop, chances are you might have a decent printer. And if that's the case, you can print your cards yourself. I have Photoshop, I don't have a decent printer, so I have mine professionally printed. I've got a local printer that I've sourced and I take my stuff to, and she charges me a extremely reasonable price. It's like less than $2 a card, and the quality is good. I don't have to worry about, I just drop off a thumb drive and come back in a couple hours and they're done. That's all there is to printing them. The tips and tricks here is getting a paper that works well and looks like the stock that they print cards on professionally. And that little tip and secret is I use 100-pound silk paper. 100-pound silk paper. It was recommended by my printer. We had discussed what I was trying to do, and she recommended it, and that's what I use. She prints it out on 100-pound silk paper, and that's all there is to it. The one other thing that I have to do before I get them printed by her is I have to convert my files from a JPEG to a PDF file for her to print. That may not be the case with any local printer that you use, and it probably will not be the case if you print your own cards, but this is something that they require I don't remember why she said that she needs to do this, but I have to convert my JPEGs to PDF files. As PDF is an Adobe specific product, sometimes that can be a little tougher than it sounds, because a lot of these programs that do that are proprietary and you have to buy them. Luckily, I do all my work on a Mac, and there is a feature built in to Preview, which will let you convert a JPEG to a PDF without any problem. So I can't recommend any printer settings for you. If you're going to print them yourself, this is all hit or miss. You probably should be able to get the same type of paper that I use, which is the 100-pound silk, if you're going to print your own. Check with like Staples, any of the office supply store, Office Max. If that doesn't work, check with a local printer to see if they have if they have the paper and if they'll sell it to you. Honestly, it's worth the time and the trouble to just have them printed yourself. That's about all there is to this part of making your own cards, is have somebody else do it. Work smarter, not harder. 100-pound silk paper again, and my printer opens in an hour, so I'm going to go convert my card that we've done in the last video to a PDF, and we're going to go get it printed. After I get it printed, I'm going to go to Kinko's, FedEx Kinko's, and going to use the roller cutter to trim it down. And then we'll talk about, in the third part of the video, assembly. So until then, stay tuned for the next video, which hopefully should be later today, hopefully. You know what? Just for the sake of being thorough, let me go ahead and show you how to convert the files from JPEG to PDF using a Mac, just in case this is a step that you need to do and you're not familiar with it. So let's do that real quick. All right, just for the sake of being thorough, I'm going to show you, if you're running a Mac, how to convert the files to PDF really quick. So I'm going to select one of my cards here. Sorry, this is a little unstable. I'm trying to do this sitting in a chair here. Select my card. I'm going to open it with Preview. File, drop down, export as PDF. You need to take the JPEG ending off, or it will confuse the computer and it won't be able to save it. And there you go. That's it. Okay, there you go. Nothing to it. You open Preview, hit the file drop down menu, select Export as PDF. Remember to take the JPEG ending off in the file name. Otherwise, it won't save. It won't save. It'll think it's trying to save as a JPEG and a PDF, and it won't save. You'll get an error warning. So just delete the JPEG and save the file. The last two tips and tricks that I'm going to recommend before we head off to the printer. Number one, save your work. I never delete any of the cards that I've printed. I have a file on my computer, and I keep all of my regular photography on an external hard drive, so I don't eat up my hard drive space with all of my normal photography. So I keep a backup copy of each card that I've made, just in case I need to make it again. In case it gets damaged or I lose it or something like that, and they need to print it again, or somebody wants a copy, because I do commissions on cards from time to time. Which brings me to my next one. I have the printer print 2 copies when I get a card made. That way, if I screw one up by trimming it too closely, or just something gets spilled on it, any unforeseen accidents, I have a second copy ready to go. Of all the cards I've made, I've been glad that I had a second copy. I think once I've had one problem, but I don't remember if I trimmed it too closely or got some of the spray glue on it. I don't remember what happened, but I needed my second copy. The other thing that you can do with the second copy is not blank cards, but the card backs without figures on them are called proofs. And I remember a few years ago, the 30th anniversary Star Wars figures from San Diego Comic-Con, one of the giveaways there, I don't know if it was a giveaway, honestly, but one of the exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con was proofs of the 30th anniversary Star Wars cards. A buddy of mine was at the convention and got me a couple of them. So they're just blank cards. They're cards with the art on them, but they don't have a figure attached. So those are proofs. So one of the things that you might consider doing for your own collecting purposes is card your figure on the first copy of the card that you make, and then make a proof of the second one. Those can display fairly well. You can give them away, you can trade them, you can sell them, whatever you want to do. But I do keep my second. I don't usually make the second card, but I do keep the second printed copy. So if I decide to make proofs at some point in time, I can do that. All right, so that's about all I've got for this video. Stay tuned for the next one where we will bring it all together and assemble our cards. And that will be it. That will be how to make a card.